Good evening. Hello, everyone. Hi. Good evening, everyone. It is almost 7 p.m. It's the third day in a row that I'm actually on this FB Live that we are going to share about tips about sleeping. We are going to share about things about sleep and what is the reason we are doing that. The reason is because we are actually wanting to talk about support the World Sleep Day. Okay, World Sleep Day, when is it? When is the World Sleep Day? It is happening tomorrow. All right. So, hi, Sabrina. Hello. Thank you for coming in. And yes, I don't know who it is, but hi. So, it's 7 p.m. and I think I'm sharp today. So, if you are watching together with me, do type a hi. And I'm Catherine, the Phiten Health Advisor, coming to you today to share with you the third episode of the Sleep Well series known as Sleep Well Anti-Aging. So do you want to look attractive, youthful, radiant, and you want to feel young inside and really young internally? Then sleep is something very essential. And today I'm going to share with you the reason why. All right? Like some of you will, I think if we talk about like, will you look great if you have enough sleep? I think everybody will say yes, 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 yes. I think so. But what are the real reasons, right? So today I'm going to like bring in a little bit of technical stuff so that we know exactly like what are the reasons why sleep help people to look really good. Just like I remember, like for my mom, she actually commented, right, the time where when I was on confinement where essentially what I do, right, is basically to eat and sleep, and of course to do some breastfeeding and all these kind of things, which my mom actually tell me, you must rest, you must rest, you must rest. So end up, I sleep a lot. And because of that, my mother keep telling me, or actually people around me, not only my mother, right, tell me that I 红粉飞飞, It's like, wow, it's so radiant on itself, one. And the only reason is because I really sleep and sleep. And not only that, my hair during that time, right, is like shiny on itself, not because it's oily, but rather it is like thick and fluffy and dark and beautiful one. And the only reason, right, is really because I rested a lot and I slept a lot. So sleep definitely have this really good benefit. And whoever who is watching right here together or is going to log in to watch, please share this live out so that more people actually could come to understand how they could look young and good and how sleep can actually help them. And later in the day, I'll be sharing with you the 7 tips, right, for you to sleep better, basing on what we have actually discussed with you for the past 2 days, where we talk about what did I talk about the first day? Anyone remember? The first day is really on the different stages of sleep and why is it that we need deep sleep and how we have the deep sleep and so on and so forth, right? And on day 2, yesterday, we talk about the breathing techniques. We talk about finding that right pillow, that right mattress so that you are able to breathe better. And today, we are going to talk about how you could look great on the outside and as well on the inside. Okay, so if this is roughly my introduction, and I'm going to start sharing my slides. And before this, let me play this one. This ding ding. So today's Sleep Series episode 3, Sleep Well Anti-Aging, is brought to you by Phiten Malaysia. And I'm Catherine, the Phiten Health Advisor. And thank you for joining us this evening. And I will do my very best to make it best value time for you so that whatever you have learned, you will feel that it's actually value adding to you to help you to be more aware of how sleep is going to help you. All right. So today's topic, sleep well, anti-aging, look youthful and radiant. Let's start. Now, every day I've been emphasizing that health is important. Everybody knows that. And by today, I hope that you know that sleep cannot be out of the equation of having good health. While diet exercise are important to health, sleep is also important. In fact, this forms the triangle, okay, of having good health and well-being. Now, sleep play a very important role in giving a healthy appearance. By the way, she is like 我的 a bit 偶像, no, because she is like really so pretty one. And if she doesn't even make up, right, she look very beautiful. Yeah, I think for some of you, you know who is she exactly. And sleep, as I mentioned for the past 2 days, is that it is an important biological function. Okay, it has important biological function that is essential for life. You can don't eat for many days. You cannot don't drink, and you cannot don't sleep. Okay, because somehow when you do not have enough of sleep or even water, your body will definitely break down. So sleep is kind of like the time for you to maintain and to restore your body. It is important in giving a healthy appearance. And in a survey done in the UK, right, it says that for people who are well rested, it's reported that they have brighter eyes. So if you want to have brighter eyes, right, sleep, okay? They have brighter complexion, like glowing on itself one. 就是晶莹剔透. You heard about people, in the advertising, they will tell you, 你要有晶莹剔透的, the complexion, then what should you do? Well, sleep, actually. You could do by sleep, or you want to have clearer skin, sleep. You want fewer wrinkles as you age, sleep. And you want better skin condition, that means you want to have less problem with acne and all these knots, sleep. And of course, why is it that sleep can help people that maybe less wrinkles? As you know, right, every day we have cells that die, and every day we have cells that grow. The fact is, if we are able to have cells that grow more than the cells that die, then we are actually rejuvenating, means we look young. So the reason why babies, their skin are so toy, all this kind, is because we know that their recovery is very, very fast. That is why their skin is always rosy, watery, point, with like lots of collagen. But why is it when we get older and older, then all the things start coming out? It is because, well, our cells die faster than we grow, and all these wrinkles, dryness, and all these things will come into place. All right? So, like what a lot of experts say, sleep is actually a nightly dive into this fountain of youth. So if you want to be in this youthful condition, you have to dive into this fountain of youth, and that is sleep. Okay? Sleep is a regenerative process where we heal. And that is where also the time where our neurons will build strong connections. This is truly very important. And Dr. Jeffrey Dahmer says, he's a neurologist and a neuroscientist. He's pretty famous. You can actually check him out. Okay? He pointed out that it is only when you sleep, you will go through this cycle of REM sleep and non-REM sleep, right? The cycle of the 5 stages that we mentioned the other day, where we have the light sleep, stage 1 and 2, and then the 3 and 4 is the non-REM sleep. That is the time where we get into that deep sleep. And then after that, we'll get into the REM sleep. That is stage 5. So it is only during sleeping time that we are able to go into such state, which it cannot happen when you are active condition. And it is where during the non-REM stage, that is in your deep sleep, your skin repairing process occur. So in other words, if you do not have a good deep sleep, you do not have a good quality of sleep, the skin repairing process is going to be dampened. It means you might look old lah, okay? Okay? And things is like that. Sleep, according to him, is in nature anti-inflammatory. In fact, in the first session of my sharing in episode 1, I talk about the benefit of sleep. And one of the main benefits of sleep is that during sleeping time, our body produces this tiny protein, remember, called cytokines. cytokines, which is part of our immune system, part of this anti-inflammatory system of our body. All right. And it actually helps the body, the cells, and everything to heal, and it reduces the impact of damage. Now, you might say, hey, what damage are we talking about on the skin? What damage are we talking about, on our different parts of the body? Well, sun exposure or pollution are actually very typical daily skin damages. And that's why people always put all the, they call it the sun shield kind of thing. Even when you are indoor, you're exposed to blue light, ultraviolet light, or don't know what light, okay, all kinds of different lights, all kinds of different radiations, and all these things that could cause your skin to actually experience damage. Hence, when we are sleeping, it is able to boost that cytokines production, and cytokines is only being produced during sleep. So you want to have so-called free anti-inflammatory agents in your body, then sleep. All right. And then, because our face, right, is actually very vascular. So vascular means there's actually a lot of vessels, blood vessels flowing through. And that is why if you didn't sleep enough, or you didn't have good quality of sleep, it will usually show up on your face. It's just like why your lips are red, all right, it's because of there's blood. It is highly vascular. And then if your lips start to become pale, it's where the blood circulation is no good. That's why you are really very pale. Or when you have rosy cheeks, that is where it's showing that actually the blood circulation is actually good. So when you are sleep deprived, what happens is your nervous system, okay, will start to not regulate the blood vessels very well. And because of that, it will show up. Means you will look pale, you will look maybe yellow, like not very nice lah, 黄脸婆, the yellow housewife kind of thing. You will look pale, and one of the main reasons is because your nervous system do not function as well due to lack of sleep, due to stress. So sleep is very important when you want to talk about having a good complexion, looking radiant, and have the sense of anti-aging. Okay. And dark eye rings. Oh my goodness, what is dark eye rings? So you can actually see dark eye rings under your eyes when you doesn't have enough sleep. And in fact, dark eye ring is a sign of inflammation and swelling. Correct? It's not only swelling of the water that's in there, but rather it includes inflammation. So when you are lack of sleep and you start to have all these puffy eyes, and then people start to tell you, oh, you recently didn't sleep. It's very normal, right? Because it is actually a very big sign for it. That is why sleep is important, because it will promote that kind of growth hormones that will help our nervous system to regulate, our blood to flow well, so that our face and all these will actually show the readiness from the good blood circulation, and as well as all the inflammations and all this will be dissipated away naturally through the good blood circulation. So if you want to look radiant, you want to look youthful, want to look attractive, the free way is to sleep, okay? And to have good quality of sleep. Sleeping is actually not good enough to say that to sleep, because there are some people who sleep for 10 hours, 12 hours, right? But what happens is they end up puffy eyes and so on because they oversleep. Oversleeping is also not good because it is going to disturb your whole internal clock of sleeping, in which I will be sharing with you in a very short while. Okay, so whoever who is watching right now, do continue to share this live, as we are going to talk in deeper into really what sleep is all about. Okay. And why is sleep well equals to anti-aging? Because according to Dr. Jeffrey, he says that sleep is like a facelift to the entire body. So do you want to pay for cosmetic surgery to facelift, or to put Botox and spend a few $1,000s every year? Or then after that look really terrible? If you do not want, you want it really natural, right? A natural facelift then is talking about having enough growth hormones, okay? That your growth hormones is exceeding those that is like causing you to actually deteriorate. So if you have enough growth hormones, then everything is going to be more lifted, having more collagen, preventing the sagging, then you are going to have the natural lifting of your face, or that toy-toyness. I really like the toy-toyness of some people. When I press it, it's like it bounce back, that kind of thing. Okay, so when you have poor sleep, obviously it dampens the growth of these growth hormones and all these, that leads to premature aging. Okay, and if you know that if the growth hormones are actually producing well, even your muscles are firm, and your face is like what Dr. Jeffrey said, is actually full thickness. Okay, 你脸皮没有这么薄啦. All right, means it is actually able to even overcome a lot of damaging effect, okay, on your skin, that is able to restrain it, and that is where you have enough growth hormones. And when that happens, right, when the growth hormones are good when you sleep, not only your face is lifted, like anti-aging, your muscles look very well toned, even your face, your chest, and abdominal, all this is going to show, like, that is to say, if you want to have 6 packs, okay, like for me, 1 pack, and most people 1 pack or 2 pack, okay. So if you want to have 6 packs easier, then sleep is very important, because it will also tone up your muscles. And according to Arthur, he says that sleep well can also lose weight too. Exactly. And why? Ta-da! Because, like what Arthur says is correct, because when we sleep, right, it actually produces 2 key hormones. All right? And these 2 key hormones will help to regulate our appetite and weight gain. And if you realize that you are actually losing sleep, what happens is you realize you have increased appetite. I don't know how many of you notice that. When you actually is reducing your sleep, these hormones, right, that is going to be produced is going to increase your appetite, that you feel hungry. That's why people who doesn't sleep after certain hours, they will tend to want to eat supper lah. Then suddenly their 胃口大开. Then they will start to eat popcorns and all this. Of course, we know that by then, if we eat all this, we cannot digest well, and then it adds on to our fats. Correct? So when you actually sleep well, it actually helps to have a better balance of the different kind of hormones that's in your body that will prevent weight gain as well as obesity. And when we have all these weight gains and all this, it actually result in premature aging of our body and stress to our body. So when we think about anti-aging, of course, we think about our face, our appearance and everything. But actually, when we talk about age, let's also consider our internal organs age. When we didn't sleep well, what happened is our internal organs and all this actually works over time. They have been working like extra so much during when we are actually active. But then the fact is, when it is time for them to rest, and if we doesn't sleep, they are working overtime and they do not have time enough to restore themselves, and that will actually shorten their lifespan. And that is why I don't know whether how many of you have done tests before, where there are those machines that maybe get your finger or something, right? Then they are able to tell you like, oh, what is your maybe your kidney age, or what is your skin age, or what's your internal age, that kind of stuff. Yeah, do such tests, because you will be like so scared, like, hey, how come you're 30 over years old, but your internal is behaving like 40 over years old? And that is really a key signal that your body is really overworking. So let's watch out for all this and have sleep. All right. And like what after the years, I eat non-stop one lack of sleep. Wow. Okay. Non-stop. Yeah. I love to eat chips when I'm lack of sleep. And somehow I always feel hungry. Okay. And all these are actually not like somehow but it's actually scientifically proven, because of the hormones that is being produce that make us feel like eating something, and that leads to weight gain also. Okay, the imbalance. All right, next slide. So while some of you might say that, hey, but Catherine, we are very busy people leh. So when like sleep, sometimes I really cannot sleep. I mean, I don't have that luxury to sleep so much. Then how? I still say that I think it's a kind of discipline that we need to have. But when sometimes sleep could be a luxury, and then you want to have this anti-aging thing, right? Then do consider a few hacks here. That is to use cucumber to put over your eyes to reduce that swelling and puffiness of your eyes, so that the dark eye ring and the eye bag is going to recover faster. Okay, and do take note, it must be cold cucumber. Please don't put hot cucumber or those that you cook already. You put down there, it doesn't work. Okay, it must be cold cucumber, because it is that cooling effect that brings down the swelling. So if you don't have cucumber at home, then you say, can I put ice? Well, put ice pack. Okay, don't put ice directly there, because it will just melt and irritate your eyes. Okay. And of course, like some people say, then how? What about if I want to have like radiant skin and all these things? Of course, I think nowadays everybody use skincare. All right, skincare, or they go to beauty salon. But like for me, then I would to use skincare, and skincare to like clean. There's 3 steps very important. Definitely, you need to have proper deep cleansing. Then you need to hydrate and moisturize back to replenish all the vitamins, so that it actually promotes that kind of collagen growth and all these things. So when maybe whether you sleep or don't sleep, actually skincare is very important. But of course, you have to choose something that is really like not a lot of chemicals and so on and so forth. And how about from the diet, all right? So if you are going to so-called eat for your complexion and so on, then consider diet with antioxidants. Food like blueberries, apples are actually high in antioxidant and can help to relax your arteries and increase that blood flow. And since our face is full of all the blood vessels, the tiny ones especially, then these fruits will be actually good. Like you say, maybe you can make a blueberry smoothie together with avocado and all these things. That would be really good. Okay. Any alternative way, Arthur says, if I always lack of sleep and don't use skincare, well, go with your diet, right? Because we talk about diet. Diet is very important, or go with exercise. But still, today's topic is, that's why we know that a lot of people is actually always lack of sleep, or they don't prioritize their sleep. And even in session 1, I talk about this phenomenon of revenge bedtime procrastination, right? Whereby we always think that sleep take a second part to our life, like it's okay one lah. Let's take work, let's take making money, or even spending time with the family as a top. And I remember I got one friend called Heidi. She told me that she got migraine. She got serious migraine problem, but she told me that I every Saturday, right, and Sunday, they need to have this nighttime family bonding where they watch movie. They watch movie until 2-3 a.m. in the morning. But the fact is, we have to think about, like, is that even really beneficial when we talk about, okay, we want family bonding time, and then you go and sacrifice your sleep and end up maybe your health is not going to be like really optimal to be like refreshed for the next week. So that resulted in her, she know that after always the Saturday, Sunday, right, the Monday, Tuesday, she always get migraine. So sometimes we really need to prioritize sleep over some of the activities that we do, to know that actually sleep will bring us further in our life, further in our health law. This is something, a reminder for myself also, as I'm sharing all this, because I've been putting sleep on the backside, rather than putting it at the front. So in fact, I made a commitment, okay, that after, cannot be after today, after tomorrow, I see procrastination set in already, that we have to actually decide that maybe if you say that you have been sleeping at 1 a.m. in the morning, then step by step, Okay, we don't want to say, okay, now you stay at 1 a.m., that's the earliest you could sleep. Then you are going to say that, okay, I want to set myself 10 p.m. to sleep. It's very tough. So when it is very tough, it end up we cannot do it. So if you have been sleeping like 2 a.m. or whatsoever, all right, then make yourself move from 2 a.m. to 1 a.m., right? So it is something achievable. When it is achievable, you will start doing it. And who knows, you're going to sleep at 12 p.m. the next time, 12 a.m. the next time, right? And that is how things is going to progress and help your body to move forward. Okay? So to prevent aging, the emphasis is on the importance of reducing stress and catching up with sleep. Okay? When we are under stress, we always regress, we always go down. And that is also one of the reason, okay, people have problem with acne, having a lot of pimples, or even eczema problem and so on. Eczema is usually caused by two main things. Of course, one is diet. Okay, diet. Another is actually stress. Then when I say stress, I thought eczema is something to do with some hormonal, those kind of skin disease kind of thing. Yes, exactly. But it is because of stress that is going to cause it to aggravate further, apart from diet. Okay, so that is where we have to look into the importance of reducing stress as well as catching up with sleep. Yeah, Arthur, while you exercise, right, lack of sleep is also bad. But at least you exercise, but just try not to exercise too near to your sleep or sacrifice exercise for sleep or something like that. We have to try to balance out anyway. So expert also says, individuals who get better quality sleep are perceived to appear more attractive, definitely, youthful, and alert. We know why. So focusing on getting good quality of sleep, okay, on the three elements where we talk about the depth, the duration, the continuity. And if you are like blur into all this, just look back into the live on day 1, okay, episode number 1. So good non-REM sleep is very, very important because that is the process where our skin, our body actually replenish, renew, rejuvenate, okay? So now you might say, okay, but I still have problem, right? Problem with like sleeping. I want to sleep, sometimes I cannot sleep, or I sort of cannot have good deep quality of sleep. So today I'm going to share with you the 7 tips for better sleep. And before that, after us, does Phiten products help anti-aging? My answer to you is yes. Well, why do you age? Why do you age? Or why some people age faster than another person? It is because their cells die faster than what is growing, right? So basically how it anti-age, right? It actually helps to reduce the stress of your body. You know that Phiten products help to smoothen your bioelectric current flow. That results in natural muscles relaxation. It helps the nerve to conduct well. It helps in the blood circulation itself. So when the stress within your body, whether is it on the external, that is on your musculoskeletal, or whether is it the internal, it is going to help it, right, to remove that kind of accumulation stress so that your body is able to be more relaxed and function at its best. All right. So let me now start with the 7 tips for better sleep. And thanks, Arthur, for asking lots of very good questions. So let's go to tip number 1. Now, if you want to have better sleep, that is where we talk about able to have better quality of sleep. There's something that you need to do, okay? That is to have regular sleep and wake up time. You might ask, hey, why do I need a regular sleep and wake up time? But when I say regular sleep and wake up time, of course, it is good that you could sleep from like 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. in the morning, right? But some of you say, what if I can only sleep at 12 a.m.? Can or cannot? Of course, can. Better than you don't sleep, correct? But it is more important to have regularity in your sleep. Why? Because our body okay, has two processes when we sleep that regulates the timing and the length of your sleep. And we know that the timing, the length is very important in the three elements, okay, of having quality sleep. So there's this thing called the circadian rhythm, that is we call it process C, and the homeostatic control, that's process S. Okay, you don't think so much. But what's the circadian rhythm? It is actually our internal clock, okay, that regulates and control the 24-hour sleep-wake cycle. And what it is being affected, right? What will affect this clock, this internal clock, is two things. One is light and one is melatonin. And melatonin is actually being produced to promote sleep. And it is actually being produced in the absence of light. Okay, when there is light, then melatonin will cease to produce. But when it is dark time, melatonin will be produced. Okay, so it is very important that when you are able to, so our body have this internal clock. So for example, you are always in a very dark environment in the daytime, then what happens is your this body processor will deem that, hey, I'm going to produce melatonin because you are actually in a dark place, although it is daytime. So because of this, right, your body is going to be very blurred. Okay, and we don't want to make our body blur, because when it is blurred, it is not able to function well for whatever system or process that you have within your body. So that is why there's one tip, right, that all those experts will tell you is that during the day, okay, try to increase your bright light exposure. Whether is it when it's the daytime, then you go to, go for a jog and that kind of stuff, because your body will, the light is here. The light means stop melatonin. So it will not promote sleep. It will make you being alert. All right. And then during the nighttime, of course, you get into rooms that is not as bright. That means you don't choose light that is shiny on your head, that kind of thing, because your body, your brain will tell you, oh, it's bright. Oh my goodness, I'm going to stop melatonin production. It means that it is not able to help you to sleep, Okay, so it is important to have regularity, because our body can be blurred because of this circadian rhythm as well as the homeostatic control. Homeostatic control, right, actually promotes sleep based on the previous amount of time of sleep we spend awake. Do you know, right, when you're actually awake, your brain will actually accumulate substances that promote sleep. Okay, so as you accumulate, then it is time, let's say in the evening, for you to sleep. Then you feel sleepy, and then you go to sleep and you sleep easier. That improves the depth of your sleep. But then when you actually awake and then you keep on having this kind of substance promoting, then you feel so sleepy, you go for sleep, right? Then what happens is this substance will be depleted. And because it is being depleted, you don't feel sleepy at the time that you're supposed to sleep. So that is also a problem. That is why it is very important that you have regular sleep time and wake up time, and you don't want to have irregular nap time. You don't want to have time that your body is actually very confused. Actually, when should is it sleeping time? Is it wake up time? And if your body is always having this kind of confusion, then it is not going to function well, and it is not able to switch well between the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system. Okay, so this is one of the reasons why we have to have regular sleep and wake up time. Okay, it might sound complicated, but just have to bear with me here. And tip number 2 is to have better sleep. Some people always tell me that 我喝酒咯, I drink some alcohol, I can sleep better. This is a myth. Okay, don't drink alcohol or caffeine in the evening, because when you drink alcohol, it actually reduces the nighttime melatonin production, and it leads to disrupted sleep patterns. You see, you can actually, when a lot of times when people feel that when they drink alcohol, they feel like mabok, they feel relaxed, then they can sleep better in a sense. But in fact, their sleep is not a good quality of sleep. That that alcohol will affect the melatonin production that is very essential for quality sleep. And when they are like, they can get into disruptive sleep pattern like heavy snoring, you know lah, huh? That kind of heavy snoring, or even sleep apnea problem, or basically they don't even know what they are doing. Okay, that kind of over subconsciousness that led to actually those kind of very quick REM sleep. So that is actually no good. Okay, so don't ever think that drinking alcohol help you to be marbled and sleep well. Well, you slept, but it is a bad quality sleep. So avoid it, especially in the evening. Apart from that, caffeine. Please do not try to drink caffeine in the evening, because somehow caffeine, right, will stay in your blood for about 6 to 8 hours, depending on individual. And caffeine actually stimulate your nervous system lah. So when it stimulate, then what happens is it will stop your body from able to naturally relax at night. So if you feel that you find it hard to sleep, then try to don't drink it at all. Okay, if you can, or try to don't drink it after 3 to 4 p.m. And like sometimes for me also, I really love the smell of not caffeine, the coffee, you know, that makes me really feel very good. Then go for decaffeinated coffee or tea. That will help you very much. Like my mom, like different people have different tolerance of caffeine, by the way. So work with your own tolerance. Like my mom, just one sip in the early morning, right, will result in her not able to sleep at night. So then really drop it totally, okay? If you want to have a good quality of sleep. Yeah, like Arthur, you must regularly exercise, because when you actually exercise, it will help to enhance all aspects of your sleep, all right? And help to even reduce symptom of insomnia and so on. This is scientifically proven. But then the problem is this. A lot of people exercise before they want to go and sleep. Okay, they say that when I exercise, what happens is I feel very tired, then I can sleep and you know, that kind of thing. And that is, oh my goodness, cannot. You might snore. And actually heavy snoring, right, is actually going to disrupt your whole sleep pattern. So it is not advisable. And in fact, it is good to exercise in the morning. So if you want to choose, like you want to do exercise after work or do exercise before work, it is always more advisable to do it before work if possible, because exercise will have stimulatory effect just like caffeine, and it will increase your alertness and hormones like adrenaline. You doesn't want to feel like all pumped up and then you want to get to sleep and then you cannot sleep, and that affect your whole quality of sleep. Yeah, coffee is my best friend also actually. I cannot go without it because I really love that aroma that's coming from it. But we have to drink it in the early part of our days, okay? Now, tip number 4, if you remember, tip number 1 is what? Okay, I also a bit forget. Okay, tip number 1 is have regular sleep time, because our body have this internal clock as well as our homeostasis control. Tip number 2, don't drink alcohol and caffeine in the evening. Tip number 3, exercise regularly but not before bedtime if possible, because it will make you feel very pumped up. And tip number 4, this is very important actually, if you could practice this from now onwards, to have a pre-sleep routine, okay, to wind down, pre-sleep routine. So what is that? Basically, it's a relaxation technique, okay, before you want to go to bed. This will actually increase a lot of the sleep quality. It is like you could do it like beginning, you could want to tell yourself that you want to do it like 1 hour before your usual sleep time. So may it be, let's say now the best time you could sleep, right, the earliest is let's say 12 a.m. So what happens is at 11 p.m., okay, latest 11 p.m., you are going to say that, oh, I'm going to do this routine, like take a hot, relaxing shower bath. Then after that bath, blow your hair and all this, then get onto your bed, on some relaxing music. Then probably just close your eyes to do some reflection. thinking about what you are so grateful for the day. You can do some meditation, some praying, do some deep breathing, and then you just off the light and get to sleep. That is called what we say pre-sleep routine, or a routine that is going to wind down. Okay, you can read a book or something, but it is not like you are going to, like after relaxing bath, play your handphone on the bed, that kind of stuff. That one is a pack, because playing handphone or watch TV and all this, right, is actually blue light exposure. And this brings me to our tip number 5. Okay, we must reduce blue light exposure, because blue lights, right, actually trick our body to think that it is daytime. It is like I told you that the lightings and all this will trick our body to think that, hey, stop the melatonin production, which melatonin is good for deep sleep. So when there's blue light exposure, whether is it on the handphone and all these knots, on or watching the TV, or after you take a bath, then you start to do with your computers and all these knots, this will actually reduces the quality of deep sleep that you're going to have. So try to put away all these electronic device about at least an hour before you head to bed. So you might say that, hey, Satrian, I always like to charge my phone next to the bed. Then I tell you that choose a habit to put it far away. Okay, I'm trying to do that recently, and yeah, for my own good lah. Okay, so reduce blue light exposure, and remember the bed, right? Like what a lot of experts will share the tips is like the bed is only for rest, sleep, and sex. Okay, so do not use your bed as a place to work, to play your handphone, um, or do something that is not in the essence of these 3 things. Now, we are into our tip number 6. Sleep-inducing environment. This is very important. And I realize, right, this is one of the things that actually helps my girl to sleep well or not sleep well. Because when you sleep, there's actually increased body temperature at certain part of your sleep, certain stage of your sleep. So when we actually increase the body temperature and the room temperature when we sleep, it will actually decrease our sleep quality. And when it decreases our sleep quality, it will affect the regularity of it, that it causes us to wake up. So it is important to set a comfortable sleep temperature, and also to optimize, like that's why, but different temperatures are. So you might ask me, Satri, what is the right temperature? Is it 20 degrees or 25 degrees and so on and so forth? Is it good to on the aircon? Is it the fan and so on? It is really, you must know yourself. Like for me, if you're on the aircon straight at my nose, I cannot take it. But for some other people, they love it. So you must know what is actually suiting for you, what is comfortable sleeping for you. But usually, if you talk to the experts, they will tell you at around 20 degrees Celsius, or for some in tropical countries like us, they will say that it is around 24 degrees Celsius. Okay? And important is that you could actually optimize the bed environment by reducing external sound. You can close the window and so on. And of course, lightings, we should reduce those kind of artificial light lah. Like if your device always emits some kind of light, maybe from the fan, from your alarm clock, really cover them up, because when there is light, our body is always being tricked to think that it is not the time to sleep. Okay, so this is something really important, and I would just like to show you, right, like what is a sleep-inducing environment. And I'm going to bring you once again to our shop in Mid Valley. Okay. Okay. Anyone there?
Oh, sorry.
Yes. Okay,
Hello.
in Mid Valley. Hello. So this is the sleep-inducing environment we are talking about, that we actually created in Mid Valley. So Bay, maybe you want to bring us a little bit out from this corner, and then you move us in.
Okay. Okay, so now we're going to move into the Phiten room.
Okay, this is the sleep-inducing environment we are talking about, where the
Yep.
lightings, right, is actually not so bright in a sense, but you are shaking quite a bit. So I think, yeah. Let's put it down. So of course the light, we don't want to directly like shine on our eyes or something, but when it is a little bit of like warm color, then it is going to help us, like remember we don't want the bright lights, so it will actually help us to feel very comfortable. And then what else do we have, Bay, in like Mid Valley that is actually helping people to feel relaxing?
Actually, we have those bedding that you can see all the mattress, blanket, pillows. It's all Phiten mattress. So especially for their blanket, that is actually very good for us to while sleeping. It helps us on breathing. Yeah. So a lot of customer also ask about this blanket, like the material. They actually also feel more soft and fluffy.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Then
Okay.
yeah. Then also with some green and sometimes we sorry yeah direction wrong. Of course, sometimes you also will on some like light music. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Some, like the blanket, we somehow can do a very simple demos like um we could use the blanket to ask customer to try to breathe like without and with. Then we might feel the difference on the deep breath. I mean on our breathing.
Okay.
Yeah,
But what's the reason that you put the blanket on your, then is
because
able to help in breathing?
because for their blanket is more on our aquago Phiten effects to relax our body and the important is also help on our smoothing our nerve. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So that's all. Any
All right. Yeah, basically, right, we have this sleep-inducing environment in one of our shop in Mid Valley, whereby the environment is actually we make it more warmth in color, and we actually uses like things like wallpaper. Of course, if your house could actually like use things like wallpaper where the texture feels good and the color is more warm on your wall, or even white color, it is going to help you to feel uh comfortable, relaxing. Okay, so this is one of the tip lah that we have for you. Or you want to put some table lamp, like some people always say like table lamp, ayo, tang, you know, that kind of thing. But honestly, it is something that is going to help you to feel very chill, very relaxed. And do remember that the bedroom is a place for you to rest. So do whatever you can to make it feel like cozy, very chill, very relaxed when you actually finish your shower and it is time for you to rest. Yeah, don't bother about what people say about it. And that is why if you go to hotels and if you go to a lot of different places, interior design, they will tend to put table lamps next to it. Yeah, and of course some people would like sleep inducing environment would be like they use essential oil and all this kind of knots. Okay, and the next actually tip and the last tip that I have is that we use comfortable beddings. All right, comfortable beddings, and I think you can see from the picture with a very big arrow is that is our Mid Valley shop lah. So if a lot of people actually like to go to hotels, right? And they actually feel that it is very nice to sleep in the hotel. Why? Why? Number one, the aircon. Correct? You're actually going to on the aircon for a long, long time and keep the temperature very nice. And because of that, you feel very atas, very nice. Okay. And the second thing, if you notice about their beds, as well as their blankets and so on, okay, their quilt. All right, it is very puffy, and there's a very good soft touch, even on the things that the bedding materials that they have. So this is actually very important because it actually induces, right, a very good feeling. So when your body actually sense like there's a very good feeling, then it actually helps you to relax. And probably like the blanket just now that Bay is trying to share. In fact, the blanket that we have, a lot of customers say that it is very nice because it has a very, very soft feel, very, very soft feeling that it actually induces people to have that feeling of getting to sleep. Apart from what Bay shares about the technology that is able to help you to relax or to breathe better. Even our pillowcase, yeah, the pillowcase is also having this kind of very soft and nice material that could actually helps in that. Okay, so of course to have comfortable bedding that is very soft in texture and all these puffiness are very important. Just like you can recreate a hotel room, right, in your own bedroom. Actually, it's not difficult. Just that you spend a little bit to have that kind of coziness and to know that you could make a hotel in your own room. Okay. And of course, important is that for all your beddings, for it to be really comfortable, it shouldn't affect your sleep quality, shouldn't cause you to have back pain, knee pain, and so on. That is where we talked about yesterday. You must know how to choose your right pillow that helps in your breathing, that helps your neck and shoulder to feel relaxed, as well as how to choose the right mattress that we talk about. And if you want to get into the details, do watch back our live, which is on yesterday. All right. So I hope that this 7 tips is going to help you to sleep better and to decide, okay, to make a change in some of the routines that you have. Whether is it exercise, whether is it your caffeine time, or whether is it to have a pre-routine sleep time. All right, that is very important, and I hope that everyone is going to benefit from it. And really, thank you everyone for joining us for this Sleep Well series, the 3 episodes that we have. And tomorrow will be the start of the World Sleep Day, and we are going to have a very special 3 days campaign that is going to be in the outlet. All right, which is only 3 days. So if you want to know about what is that campaign, of course you can WhatsApp to all our health advisor. You can always WhatsApp to our health advisor, or you can actually drop by the shop, right, to check out what is the 3 days sleep campaign. And it's only 3 days, yeah. Next. Oops. Perfect. Here you go. And just for some of you who might not know about that, there's another campaign that is running in the outlet right now, in which that is to commemorate the International Women's Day, which the campaign will end on the end of the month, is where we have a very meaningful campaign up running, which is to nominate the honorable women of your life. So as you nominate that person, you are able to help that person to win Phiten products, as well as so that they can challenge the pain that's in their life. Maybe like some of them, they're having knee pain or back pain that they actually didn't really bother about it. So you could actually pay it forward by nominating them so that they could win Phiten products, as well as we'll be donating 20 ringgit for each of the videos that is being sent in to us. Okay, so pay it forward together with us. And lastly, if you are a member, do remember to register for our virtual celebration for our Phiten Malaysia Readers' Choice Award win, which is going to happen on the 2nd of April, Friday, 8 p.m. It's going to be virtual, so don't worry, it's not a physical event, but you could attend together with us on Zoom. So what happens is that do register now by that link over there, so that you could be the first 30 members to sign up and attend to get our free gift. So what is that free gift and all these things? Do click into that link so that you could see what are all those gifts and all this. We are not like covering up, okay? What you are going to see is what you're going to get. And do celebrate it with us because we have really great deals upcoming, okay? Lastly, really thank you so much for joining us for these 3 days. And the campaign will be running on the 19th to 21st of March. And we hope that for these 3 days, you have learned something with us. And I'm Satrin, your Phiten Health Advisor, signing off right here. And everything is brought to you by Phiten Malaysia. So thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you again. Bye-bye.